So I'm here with Bob Riggle. He has a car that you may remember. Bob, tell us a little bit about this machine.
Well, this is our 1966 Barracuda that we ran back in 1966. I started with Hearst in 1965 building the Hemi Underglass cars. This is a 66 car which I started to drive for them in 1966. So when we decided to bring the car back, this is a car I decided to bring back. Let me tell you a little bit about it. The car weighs 3345. It's an all-steel car, has glass hood, fenders, and doors. Basic inside the car is pretty much stock, except for like the seat, the shifter, that type of thing. The center handle, which you see, is a steering brake system, which we have to have nowadays in order to get the car down a quarter mile. If you don't have that, what happens? You come up, the car may go right, may go left. You don't know what it's going to do. And then, of course, we have a 3-speed automatic transmission, aluminum seat, and aluminum firewall interior. Then in the back seat here, we have a 426 cubic inch Hemi motor. And I've been fortunate enough to find a 1966 cast iron motor, which I thought for a while I was going to have to go with aluminum motor, but I was able to find a cast iron motor in a boat in Tucson, Arizona, which was kind of neat. We went on back, instead of putting a 4-speed in it, we have decided to go ahead and put an automatic in it. Before I had a 4-speed in it, and it was pretty hard on parts, Scott, and so we decided to go with the automatic because it cushioned things a little bit better. Everything operates on a single subframe, meaning the motor, the transmission, the V-drive is made by Cassell V-drive, who makes V-drives for all types of boats, whether they pleasure craft, drag boats, or whatever. And then the subframe, like I say, carries the motor, transmission, everything. And if you look at it, as I push on the car, it's totally independent of the rest of the car. As you push it, it moves. So basically what happens, you still have your suspension, you have control, and you know, it's a lot easier to handle.
Now, Bob, this is a car that a lot of people saw in magazines during the 60s and 70s. Now you're bringing it back. You've just had it out for about a year now. What are people's reactions when they see this car in person?
Well, I'll tell you, the reaction's been just great. It's been fun bringing it back because we have a lot of people that are, say, grown-ups now that have their own kids. They came to the races with their dads. I hate to say this, you know, but that was me back then. But now they have their kids and they're bringing races. So actually what we're doing, Scott, is we're getting a whole new legion of fans. And it's like tonight, there's a lot of people here, but they may remember the car, they may not know the car, they may be people in their 20s, but after they see the car, and I'll guarantee you watch after we make the first run, and if you find somebody that's sitting in their seat, I'll buy their ticket.
Okay. So that's Bob Riggle. In just a second, you're going to see Bob and his Hemi Underglass in action. You're going to like it.
And as Scott Boyce just promised you, here we go with Bob Riggle in the Hemi Underglass. This one is an exciting pass, Keith, and this is one of those, like the jet cars or the jet truck, this is what people come to see.
That's right. Personally, I've been waiting since I was 6 years old to see this car go down the track, because that's when I first saw it on the cover of Hot Rod magazine. Bob Riggle is just an amazing exhibitionist. This car, as he explained earlier, I mean, he's going to pull the front wheels off the ground at the starting line. There we go. That's his version of a burnout. It's hard to do a burnout with a 426 cubic inch engine sitting in the rear of the car. So that's his version of a burnout. He'll actually stage the car and then go.
Gave the crowd the big thumbs up, telling the crowd that he liked his burnout. My goodness, that's a Barracuda, isn't it?
Yeah, 66 Barracuda.
Well, our neighbor's Barracuda never looked that good. Stand it on in the whole way down the track.
All the way down, and then if that's not good enough, he'll turn around and come back.
The Mexican jumping bean to boot.
And this is the original. This car, along with the little red flag,
You gotta love it.